So yeah, thanks for the sets as well. So now we have Aldo de Jong from Claro Partners. He will introduce the Internet of Things Accelerator program to maybe a response to you. Here in Barcelona, it's in, well, I'm not going to tell anything actually yet, but I'm going to steal the moment.
You, Yuri and Mark, to bring this fantastic group of people together. I don't know if you already did this, but can we just get a quick show of hands? Who of you here is from Barcelona and who's visiting Barcelona? So who's from Barcelona? Visiting? And the others? Aliens. So, it's great to be here to announce to you the StartupBootcamp program that we're building, the accelerator. You were asking about the IoT accelerator, and we're building that in Barcelona, and we're incubating that out of Claro Partners. So I just want to briefly tell you what Claro Partners is. So we are a innovation consultancy focusing on disruptive shifts. One of the big things we're focusing on is the Internet of Things and personal data economy. And we do that with this team of people. You know, Yuri is one of the wonderful people of our team, and we make the understanding of these disruptive shifts actionable by translating it into service design and business innovation. And we don't only work with big corporations, we also work with startups, because we really feel that the startups are the ones that are the quicker road to the market. So the disruptive shifts we have been looking at are listed on this slide here. I won't go into that, it won't fit in 5 minutes. But two of them I want to highlight tonight. The first one is a shift in thinking about personal data as big data and aggregating it and doing data mining and then selling the data and things like that, to a different perspective, which is the perspective of small data and how data can enable personalized experiences. So I think most of you got these cards. Got these cards at the entrance. Sorry. Yeah. You all got these cards at the entrance. Yeah. So there are 10 different cards, and these cards, they can be like an icebreaker game. If at one moment you want to meet some new person, you can use these cards as an icebreaker game, because some of these cards they own that and developed a number of tools that help corporations and startups to create new personal data-based services. And this week we're doing a workshop on that, so we'll see that in a moment later. Now, thinking about Internet of Things. Internet of Things is simply about the interaction between Internet, things, and data. But there's something missing here, because it's about the value that this interaction creates for people and business by providing new capabilities, new services, new experiences, and new business models. So that's what you have to think about when you are thinking about creating new IoT value propositions. So we are very bullish about Barcelona becoming the next IoT world capital. You know, today Barcelona is the mobile world capital. We know that, right, with Mobile World Congress. But if you look at the enormous amount of activities happening in the city, like this meetup, which is the third largest of Europe, and things that happened then at Telefonica, the Internet of Things World Forum that happened in October, hosted by Cisco, of course Mark with his Startup Things IO, the Fab Lab, the Smart Citizen. There's so many things happening in the city, which makes me think Barcelona is ready to become the IoT world capital. And this week, this is one of the many events and talks and workshops that are happening around IoT in Barcelona. It's really incredible. You will not be able to sleep if you want to follow all the things that are happening around IoT this week. So definitely check it out. You can see the whole list. We curated a list for you on our website on claropartners.com/4 years from now for YFN. And this is why we are bringing Startup Bootcamp to Barcelona, because Barcelona is going to be the startup hub for Internet of Things, and we're bringing Startup Bootcamp to Barcelona for that reason. That's why we have this agreement with them, because they believe the same as us. So, getting into the Internet of Things, I'm sure that in this audience there are various levels of understanding and knowledge of Internet of Things. There's many different ways. You can just, learn more. For example, on Tuesday, there's the startup panel moderated by us, where the things I.O. will be there, Relayer, Smart Citizen, and Elhing, so 3 Barcelona startups and 1 German startup will be there. You can also go to my keynote, where I will give an exploration of the Internet of Things landscape. But that's really just learning and listening and getting some inspiration. But let's start doing. So that's why I'm inviting you to join the mini IoT lab. This is not like a hackathon, it's more like a jam or like a startup weekend, but then in a short form, where it's all about, exploring new experiences in Internet of Things. So this is happening on Wednesday morning, again in 4 years from now. And then there's the personal data workshop happening in the afternoon with a very special guest, Steven Deckman, who's the Chief Privacy Officer from Vodafone. Last thing is go one step further, get involved in the accelerator, and I will not take more time. I will just post this presentation on SlideShare. So, but think about Startup Bootcamp if you are building an IoT startup, because we'll definitely build one of the best programs in the world together with some very good corporate partners who cannot be announced yet. So let's build the next big thing from Barcelona. Question.
For Aldo. Can you share some details, like when this is going to start, how many companies do you plan to accelerate, etc.?
Thank you. Yeah. You would be great for the team helping me with that, because I didn't have time to explain. So it's a 3-month program, going from shaping to building to selling to create early adoption, and then there's the demo day. And it's a very intense program. So there are a lot of accelerators out there, and they come in many flavors, like with MBAs. You have offline MBAs, you have online MBAs, you have MBAs that you can do by mail, but this is an intense program. So you definitely have to come to Barcelona with your team to be in this program. We're now in the fundraising stage, so we are now talking to various corporate partners to help us finance the program, but also fill it with content, with interesting development kits and those kind of things. And then we are building our group of mentors. So we have now around 50 mentors. And now in Mobile World Congress we have our first pitch day on Tuesday. It's already full, so that's why I didn't really announce it. But this is a way to already start to get to know a few IoT startups. So probably around autumn we'll be actually launching the program, but announcing it a few months before to allow applications to come in. So expect around 300 to 500 applications based on what we have seen from the other programs in Amsterdam and Berlin. In London and Istanbul, many other cities. There are 7 cities already from Startup Bootcamp. Is that most of the things, or is there some missing?
How many companies are you going for?
Oh yeah, that was another question. Sorry, I remember that. Yes, every year 10 companies. Yeah. So in total, in a 3-year period, it will be 30 companies. Yeah.
Well, maybe you said, but I didn't understand. When will it be possible to present idea problems to do here in Barcelona?
For the accelerator?
Yeah.
Yeah, already now you can send me an email at aldo@startupbootcamp.org. We're definitely interested to start to get to know startups, but then the official selection won't happen until the summer. But I think it's always good to start to enter in a conversation, and maybe already we can help you at least a little bit, like we have been helping other IoT startups.
Tomorrow.
Even tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. How far you have to be? Yeah, so that's a very good question. So it depends a bit on the team. The most important things, the most important aspect we're looking at is how good is the team? Can this team really build, maybe the next Nest? You have, I think all of you know about Nest, that was acquired by Google. We're really aspiring to build that kind of high-profile Internet of Things startups, and this can depend on the team, but it also depends on the traction. But you have to, have been working as a team together for at least a couple of months to be able to apply. Ready to apply. You could. More questions? No? Great. Thank you. Thank you.